Something huge is happening in Iran, and it's moving in two directions at once. On the streets, you've got a protest wave driven by economic pain and collapsing trust. But on the security side, you've got the regime shifting into siege mode, detentions, communication restrictions, and signals that punishments could get harsher, including fast trials and even executions. And then comes the outside layer. President Trump is publicly backing protesters and hinting that help is on the way. That combination is exactly how internal unrest turns into an international flashpoint. Let's break it down. I'm Imran, a Middle East-based analyst, and the question today is simple. Is this a threat to the United States, or is the bigger danger the chain reaction that follows? Here's what we know from the reporting. The unrest has spread widely across Iran, with protests reported across much of the country. Casualty numbers are contested, but one US-based rights group has reported that deaths could be in the thousands. Iranian authorities dispute outside counts and blame violence on foreign-guided actors, while also signaling a tougher crackdown. Now look at the regime's next move: fear and control. Iran's judiciary has publicly pointed toward rapid trials and potential executions for some detainees, which is a classic sign the state wants to break momentum through intimidation. And that's where Trump's messaging becomes dangerous. Trump has been urging protesters to keep going and suggesting US support is coming. The US has also hinted at escalation tools beyond rhetoric, including tighter economic pressure aimed not only at Iran but also at countries still trading with Iran. So is this a threat to the USA? Not in the missiles hitting America tomorrow sense. The real threat is regional exposure and miscalculation. Because when an embattled regime feels pressure at home and humiliation from abroad, it starts looking for ways to restore deterrence. And Iran's leadership has repeatedly signaled that if the US attacks, retaliation could hit US bases and allies in the region. That creates three high-risk pathways: crackdown spiral, Iran violently suppresses protests, the US responds with new pressure, and Tehran doubles down. External diversion: Iran or aligned groups hit a regional target to change the subject, and the US answers back. Energy shock: even limited escalation can raise shipping risk and oil prices, and that lands on consumers far beyond the Middle East. Bottom line, this isn't just an Iran story anymore. It's a test of whether pressure, deterrence, and internal instability can coexist without triggering a regional crisis. Now tell me what you think. Does this end in negotiations? Or does it end in escalation by accident? If you want calm, fast breakdowns like this, like, subscribe, and share.